So I just finally, after 3 years, finally seen the last film in the Resident Evil series, starring Mila Jovovich, directed by her husband Paul W.S. Anderson, and also featuring her daughter Ever, who looks just like her, a spitting image of. If you've seen Mila Jovovich as a child, 'cause she was a child model and model, and you see the resemblance, and very beautiful girl, and very, she did a good job in this movie. For really what it was just a bunch of mind-numbing action. The fight scenes are too up close and chaotic. You notice how they edited. Paul W.S. Anderson, I think he is the film equivalent of, what do you call that, auto-tune. You know how awful auto-tune is, right? It totally jumbles up a person's voice and makes it all echoey. And pretty much that's what he did with the scenes, the fight scenes. It's like a strobe light effect. Like, you ever, been in a club or a place where they use strobe lights and you just want to get out of there? Your eyes are like this. When you watch a movie and the fight scenes and the action scenes are what you want to watch in a film, especially something of this type of genre, right? It's action, horror, survival, all that. But you want to turn away. I hate films that when they do, fight scenes, it's too up close. Paul W.S. Anderson, maybe he should have backed up about a foot more. And it just seemed like this filmmaker, he just wanted to inundate you with all of this action so you wouldn't or couldn't tell how bad the film is. This was the worst in the entire series. Every film in the series, the first one had it right. They did the whole thing in the mansion. They kind of lost it a little bit towards the end, but at least it did that. 5 was like a favorite of mine because I liked how it included, the Ganados, from Resident Evil 4, the video game. The ones that were, they had those parasites in them, controlling them. It had like different levels. It was almost like Game of Death, Bruce Lee's movie, where you get different levels, and it was different zombies or different things from the movies, from the video games, really. So he actually tried in that movie. At least the last one they tried. This one they didn't even try. It's just like, yeah, well, this is the last film. We're just gonna tie up loose ends, which they didn't even do. There were survivors from the last film. Didn't bring them over. Ada, Jill, Chris. Didn't even bring them over. But maybe there's a silver lining to all this because there is a reboot. Now, James Wan was attached to it. He was going to be the producer, but then he left to do the Mortal Kombat reboot. And all I heard was this reboot was going to be super, super scary. And it's going to be more faithful to the games. You got to wait and see. They're saying the same things about the Mortal Kombat films as well. Although I enjoyed the first one, Mortal Kombat, the second one was a jumbled mess. They decided to just throw in all of the, popular characters that are known characters from the Mortal Kombat saga, from the series. This film was just like, every film should progress, shouldn't it? You have the beginning or the lower level, zombies, the villains and stuff. The second one, you'll have an introduction of a new T-virus type of a creature. Third one, maybe a couple more, until you have the super, super villain at the last final film. This one, it just introduced all these different things from the Cerebus, those dogs. I remember them, remember from Scoob, that movie where Cerebus was that one 3-headed dog, and then, you know what I mean? And then this one did that, and then some creatures, whatever, and those flying pterodactyl things, whatever those things are. But nothing really different. It's just like they just said, okay, this is the last film, so let's just put it out there, and But yeah, this movie really was awful. I was watching it and then half watching it and looking away, and doing something on my PS4, playing Resident Evil 3 while looking at it, because it's not like I was missing anything. It was the same every time I'm looking at. Jeez, God damn! But is this gonna be any different? That's what I kept thinking. Yeah, I should go back and watch the other films so I can kind of remove taste from my mouth. I mean, I know some of you are gonna say, "Oh, how do you remove the bad taste from your mouth when all the films are bad?" But I'm not gonna say that they're all bad. 1 through 5, I actually enjoyed those. There was something. This one was just like, I don't know. It was pretty bad. And I'm a fan of Resident Evil. These films were a blast to take the ride. You know what I mean? One of those films that is like, you want to watch it, you just leave your brain at the door and you check it out. This one is like, my brain was in my head and it just fell out. While I'm watching it just fell out. Because it was just like so mind numbing. My brain couldn't take it. He said, "Man, I'm out of here." Boop, pops out. I'll wait for you at the door where you should have left me. My brain's telling me you should have left me over here. I should have just went in and watched it. But the reboot's coming. As of 2020. They had some news about it, so it's going through. Hopefully, it's going to be better. It's going to be straight up. They should look at the what do you call it? At the animes that they made of Resident Evil. Those 3D animation films. Those are great. You know what I'm saying? And they'll take some cues from that. And the video games, of course. These guys, what they need to do is they need to hire people that they can play the video game, take notes. And we found out this is a good thing. Resident Evil, the first one, just play the game, and just take notes from that film. Don't deviate. Don't watch. Don't watch Avengers, or don't watch Batman or Superman, and then try to get some ideas from them. Let's blend this action element into it. Simple mansion with some zombies, some dogs, zombified, and lickers, tyrant, basic elements of Resident Evil. Slap them in there, put them in there, and you'll have a good film. How about you dig up, buy the rights to George Romero's original version. He was the first one that they approached to direct the film, and he actually wanted to. And then when he found out that they were going to deviate from it and all that stuff, he decided, he wasn't going to have anything to do with it. He left the project. However that went, but I know that he was originally tapped to direct, and all of a sudden he wasn't. So there's some things there you can do to improve this. And hopefully the people that are rebooting this film series will do the right thing. The last bunch of films that have been adapted from the video games have been pretty decent. Detective Pikachu had always like draw a brain fart from now and then. Even going back to like Hitman, and have Sonic. Good adaptations of it. Yeah, some of the things weren't in there, but at least it stayed true to like the what you call it, the feel, and just the way that the video game was, and how it played, and how it, what I mean. But this one really missed the point. But then again, it is the last film in the series, and pretty much it was already on life support. At the end, he just pulled the plug. Boop. Sorry, we can't do nothing for you. Pull the plug, and that's it. Then at the end, they released, they released the antivirus, and then it hasn't reached every corner of the world. So her last words were like, well, next to the last words, and she goes, "I still have work to do." And then those pterodactyl things, or whatever those things were flying over, wouldn't those things be dead? Unless she was already in another section of the world, I don't know. And then she's all, "My name is Alice." Like, okay, like that's supposed to be like, oh, they harken back to like the first time she said it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not even giving this film even the benefit of the doubt. I'm not trying to say, okay, well, this part right here, oh, that part right here. Maybe the only thing that I liked about the film is Ever Anderson, the daughter and of Paul S. Anderson and Mila Jovovich. You know, like I said, she was kind of like interesting because it's just the way I like the voice. I don't know if they dubbed her voice or if that's how she sounds when she talks, but I liked her presence, even though it was a hologram type of thing. But then again, you saw her also non-hologram before her hologram was created. But to say that that's the only thing that's good about a film, that's still bad. You should say that. And I'm a big fan of Mila Jovovich, right? But she didn't do nothing for me in this film. It was just like she was like basically going through the motions, and so let's just get the film done and let's get out of here. Let's move on to the next thing. Hopefully, after this film, she can move on to the next thing. I mean, this film did pretty decent at the box office. Made 300 and some odd million off of what was the the thing was like 50 million maybe like that. I think the budget, but yeah, it's for us Resident Evil fans. It's a shame that it's almost seemed like I said like they just went through the motions and then basically it was just let's just tie it up and move on. That was a total thing to me, the attitude. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. Glad it is the final chapter. Over, done. Stick a fork in it. It's it's over and through, and you stick a fork in it, and it's done. Yeah, that was it. But for those of you who stopped by and checked out this video, I appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care. Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel.